It was her beauty that got her the crown. As empress, though, she felt constrained and was longing for freedom and independence. Sisi led a troubling life, a life of reoccurring tragedy. The biggest, the loss of her only son. Many stories have been told about Empress Elisabeth of Austria. At the age of only 16, she married Emperor Franz Joseph I, who fell in love with her at first sight. But she had trouble adapting to the formal Habsburg court life. Sisi expert Olivia Lichtscheidel is helping me to explore the life of this fascinating woman. There's no better place to start than here, at Schönbrunn Palace, the formal imperial summer residence. Everybody knows this castle, but maybe you can tell me actually that when people think of Sisi, they actually think of Schönbrunn as well. Why is that?
I think it's because of her first night. She spent the first night before the wedding took place here in Schönbrunn Palace. Okay. And later on, she loved it. And nowadays, people love it too because of the gardens. And that's the same with Sisi. Here, over there, her private apartment. On the ground floor, she had the possibility to come out here. This is so beautiful because of the flowers, of the roses. And you know that she was called the Rose of Bavaria.
Was she? Okay.
Yes. And even on the wedding card, there was a beautiful rose. When you opened it up, there was the portrait of Sisi, and the wedding was announced. Something that was really difficult for Sisi was when she was pregnant that she had to show herself to the public. She was not only asked, she was forced to do that. And she hated it. She hated people watching her when she was expecting a baby.
What would Sisi have done in this part of the garden?
I think the most important thing for her was to take her horses, one of her horses, and to ride through the garden over there to the forests, to be free there, to be alone, and to have this power of riding the horse. Going through here, you arrive to the private apartments of Sisi.
All right, so this is basically the depiction of Sisi in her oh-so-famous hair that everybody's heard about.
Yes, and they washed it every 2 weeks with a special mixture. It was a shampoo made out of cognac and egg. And so this made this hair so fantastic, and she really was famous for her hair that came down to the floor. I think Schönbrunn Palace is the only palace with this couple's bedroom, with this double bed. And it's a symbol that this wedding was a good one.
They shared this room together.
Yes, that's it.
It is a symbol of a good marriage. That's why. If you want to dig even deeper into Sisi's life, you must visit the Hofmobiliendepot, which houses the Imperial Furniture Collection. You can even see the sets from the famous Sisi movies here. This is amazing. It's another stunning piece, the entire form of it.
This is the cradle of Crown Prince Rudolf, who committed suicide at the age of 30. Sisi was dressed in black from that moment on in the monarchy. So therefore here we have some items, original things belonging to Sisi.
The Hofburg is the formal imperial palace in the center of Vienna. For centuries, it has been the seat of power of the Habsburg dynasty rulers. Today, it is the official residence and workplace of the President of Austria. And it houses the Sisi Museum, which shows numerous personal items that once belonged to Sisi to help illustrate her true personality.
Here you have the most important paintings made by Winterhalter. With the things that remained, we try to show a personal Sisi. This is Franz Joseph's office. So he worked here very early in the morning.
And when you sit here and you see all these images of her that he kept around, my impression at least is that he loved her very much. That's how it would seem.
And I think that that's true. I think that he was in love, but I have a different opinion to lots of other historians. I'm sure that she was in love too. This is her dressing and exercise room.
Okay.
She had her hair done here.
So you can kind of see when you're in a space like this that she always took great care of her appearance and her health, apparently.
She was famous for her beauty. She had good teeth, for example, and so therefore we show all the instruments the doctors used to keep her teeth really, really in good conditions.
So, you know, I'm also a dress fanatic, so I saw this. Yeah. And can you tell me a bit about this dress? It's stunning.
So this is one of the highlights of the museum. It's an original dress. She used it in Greece, in Corfu, and it shows her fantastic figure because she was very tall and very, very slim. Even the shoes, you see, she had big feet, and this is number 41. Here in the showcase, you have her travel pharmacy case and the very, very famous cocaine syringe.
Okay.
So that was typical for that time to have it when you go traveling. So it was used against the pain women had during the menopause.
The last room in the Sisi Museum is dedicated to her tragic death in 1898, when she was assassinated in the city of Geneva at the age of 61. Stabbed by the Italian anarchist Luigi Lucchini, it was only after her extremely tight corset laces were cut that the severeness of her injuries became apparent. After her death, not only Franz Joseph, but the entire Austro-Hungarian Empire was in deep mourning. Sisi led a fascinating and troubling life, not the one of a fairy tale princess. Come and find out for yourself what is myth and what is truth.